This video will demonstrate the proper procedure for installing and removing an E-wire supply spool. Open the door and pull out the element feeder drawer. Remove the wire shield by pulling on the handle, and unscrew the spool retainer. Set them both aside. Remove the spool from the carton, and slide it onto the hob. Make sure that the circular barcode label is facing inward. Screw on the spool retainer until it is finger tight. Remove the plastic wrap by gently pulling on the end, while allowing the spool to turn freely. Locate the cardboard retainer, and place a flexible magnet strip below it. Then, gently remove the retainer while taking care not to shift the adjacent rows of wire. Take the end of the wire in the carrier paper in one hand, and move the flexible magnet strip to the bottom of the drawer with the other. While holding the end of the wire in the carrier paper away from the supply spool, reinstall the wire shield. Use the magnetic catch to hold the end of the wire, and lift the metal guide on the wire shield to slide the carrier paper between it and the bars. Slide the end of the carrier paper under the clip on the rewind spool, and fold the excess back on itself. Make sure you have at least 2 inches of excess paper. Turn the rewind spool clockwise until there is enough slack in the wire to place its end on the sprocket without stretching it. Turn the knob on the sprocket to advance the end of the wire, until it touches the edge of the anvil. Take care not to overly stretch the wire, as this may permanently deform that section, and lead to jams during operation. If this does occur, remove any damaged portion with the wire cutters provided. In addition, check that no double loops have formed. A double loop may form if the wire is given too much slack during installation. This may lead to jams during operation. A double loop can be easily corrected by turning the rewind spool counterclockwise, then gently pushing on the loose loop of wire until the extra slack is taken out. Finally, remove excess slack from the carrier paper. Push in the element feeder drawer, and close the door to complete installation. Now we will show you how to remove a supply spool from the E-wire. Open the door and pull out the element feeder drawer. Turn the knob on the sprocket counterclockwise, and place the end of the wire on the magnetic catch. Turn the rewind spool counterclockwise to give the carrier paper slack. Lift the metal guide on the wire shield, and remove the carrier paper. Remove the wire shield by pulling on the handle, and set it aside. Place the carrier paper on the spool, laying it next to the adjacent row of wire. Take the wire off of the magnetic catch, and lay it on top of the carrier paper. Rotate the spool counterclockwise while holding the wire to wind the spool. Place 2 flexible magnet strips onto the spool, to secure the end of the wire. Turn the rewind spool clockwise, until the end of the wire is near the top of the supply spool. Tear the carrier paper at the rewind spool. Remove the rewind spool by pushing firmly inward, turning clockwise, and pulling outward. Dispose of the carrier paper on the rewind spool. Reinstall the rewind spool by pushing inward, and turning counterclockwise. Unscrew the spool retainer and set it aside. Remove the supply spool, and either dispose of it if empty, or store it upright in the carton it came in for future use. Reinstall the wire shield, and screw on the spool retainer until finger tight. Push in the element feeder drawer and close the door. Thank you for watching.